Beautiful. Let's do it. All right. GM, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Wake and Jake. Me and Jake are going to walk you through everything you need to look out for this week. As always, it's rated not financial advice. Make your own investment decisions. My bracket's busted, but my bags are up, and it is mint day. How you feeling, Jake? GM.
Yeah, man. Same here. I had Auburn in my MVHQ one, so we were out right away.
Oh man,
But
my Auburn brother here. Yeah, I had him too. I don't know why.
I don't know. I just wanted the sneaky pick, but there weren't very many upsets this year. Um, that's all right, though, because the coins are green, and that's what matters the most for our bags. Yeah, man, I'm doing well. Excited to dive in more. We got a lot to talk about. We got the MVHQ mint starting up today in a couple hours. Throughout this whole week. Yeah, Bitcoin's pumping. A lot of opportunities in the market. I'm excited to dive in here. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Yeah, my bracket is busted. It's done for. My team got kicked out first day. Kentucky, man. We can't do anything in March. It's abysmal. But the upside of being a Kentucky fan is that I knew and anticipated this, and I had them losing first or second round in every bracket. So, but sadly,
Nice.
that one point on that round doesn't matter a whole lot when you have Auburn in the Final Four. But yeah, other than that, man, it's great. Market's going good. Super excited for Mint Day. We got some awesome festivities for everybody today. I'm kicking things off with this show today where we're going to talk about pre-sales, upcoming mints, games, meme coins, airdrops, macro, micro, you name it. We're going to go over it all. And then we do later today, the member mint is going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern. So all you guys here listening are members, so you're on the member mint list. So go get your mint in at 2. And then we're going to have a Twitter Spaces party at 3 Eastern. We've got some prizes. We're going to have some of you guys come up on stage and talk nice about us. It's going to be a great time. So market calendars. We'll see you guys there. We can all mint our new tokens for 2024 and get strapped in for this bull run. But for now, I want to talk about why why we're green, why the numbers up. I guess let's start off just, Jake, if you could just kind of ease us in here. If you could maybe go over some macro and maybe touch on the ETF inflows like we like to do just to kind of set the temperature a bit.
Yeah. I don't know if I can answer the question why green, why number go up sometimes. It's inevitable. Besides that, right? It's the future of finance, so it needs to just go up. Bitcoin to 1 million. But no, for real, we can dive into outflows last week. It was a change of pace where it was negative in terms of the Bitcoin ETF. Outflows were negative every single day of last week. GBTC selling picked up last week, and that was partially a result of that, obviously. But there's also a lot less inflow coming into. Let me pull up this chart for everyone. Just post it in voice hangout chat if you want to follow along. But we saw early in the week it peaked at negative 326 million, and then the good news is that it slowed down as the weeks went on. I think it's important that even though there was, a lot of, I guess, red and negativity, and these charts we don't like to see like a trend reversal from positive inflows to outflows. It's important to know that a lot of this is kind of rear. I don't know what the best. I was gonna say rear facing. I don't know if that's the right term for it or not. I don't have much of a way with words. But
it's a lagging indicator.
Lagging indicator. There you go. Thank you. So that's important to know. Like, just because this happened doesn't mean that we're going to go down. It's usually just kind of like painting a picture of what happened, and hopefully, we can see the trend at least of. Look, yes, it was negative, but it was decreasing throughout. And also, there's important notes of GBTC. They've already sold about half of what they originally had in their Bitcoin. So the selling can only last for so long. And it's great to see that they're already halfway depleted on that selling side. I would anticipate that slows down. I don't think they're going to go from 50% to zero as fast as they went from 100% to 50%. So those are all good things. And look, we saw that selling, and we didn't really see this uptick until Friday, where we were at around 62K, and then we had a really good weekend where we just steadily pumped. And I think it's a combo of a lot of the selling portion of it, combo of look, there was so much risk on in the market after the all-time high break. We saw that with the funding rates being super high across the board. It just kind of needed a reset. There's too many people degenning on leverage, and now that's kind of been wiped clean in terms of the slate of funding rate leverage across the board. And we're kind of in a healthier spot now, and now we're seeing pretty insane gains. Just briefly hit 70K, then fell right back below it. In my opinion, look, this kind of reversal where we swept low down into like around 61 and made it already all the way back to 70K is pretty bullish. In my opinion, if I had to guess, I would say we're going to continue to go up. Maybe some slight, obviously pullbacks, but I think we can start charging towards new all-time highs here pretty soon. So I'm pretty optimistic. I know there's a lot of bearish talk last week. That happens when the price goes down, but it looks like that trend did not continue, and instead we're right back on towards charging through to these all-time highs. Like we said last week, I think it was, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but once Bitcoin has captured the new all-time high of a previous cycle, within a month, within 2 months, it's doubled. Like I think 3 of the 4 times that happened. So usually just incredibly bullish signal in general. I think there's a lot of momentum still upwards, and that's kind of where I'm placing my chips.
Well said, man. Yeah, elegantly put. I'm sort of just in disbelief at the price action. It's been phenomenal. Like you mentioned, the reversal and just this recovery that we're going through, but that's amidst some of like the most like shocking bearish news that we've had in a while. The SEC is flooding Ethereum straight up, just saying trying to say it's a security. We got Powell announcing more rate cuts for 2024. The ETF outflows, like you mentioned, was a bit of a reversal. It's drying up a bit. And crypto's just going higher. So if anything, man, I think I've been convinced, and I think it's sort of, to me at least, it confirms your early bull thesis that we're still early into the cycle and that we have much higher to go. So love your bullish takes every Monday morning, man, getting me all warm and fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the SEC stuff, I'm not 100% sure what to think on that. I think the market kind of showed, like when that came out, it dipped initially, and then within like an hour or two, we were already like 100 points over where the initial news came out from the SEC stuff. So it seemed like, from people I follow, it seemed like the sentiment was it was not as big of a deal. People are very skeptical if the SEC does actually want to pursue ETH, that they'll be pretty unsuccessful given their past track record of trying to clamp down, and their positioning of ETH not fully being a security. At least they haven't pumped, like Gary refused to say it, and they lost to Ripple in the court battle. All those kind of things combined, it seems like the market didn't really care too much about that news.
Oh, you just wait. China's going to ban Bitcoin, and then we're going to have to pack all our bags up. No, I'm just kidding. I guess a bullish spin on the SEC thing too could be, like go ahead. Let's go ahead and fight it out in court, and let's set precedent. That way, everybody can just move more freely and operate within the bounds of the law that they want to abide by. Or the other side is maybe Gary gets sued by somebody. Either way, it seems like it could result in a W for crypto in general. Another thing I wanted to hit on and just get your thoughts was the Coinbase Dogecoin futures news, and just the absolute dominance of Dogecoin last week. It's been going pretty hard. And I was going to kind of expand it into all meme coins and ask you if you think Doge is sort of like lifting all boats, like if the entire shitcoin, meme coin economy is kind of tied to Doge. But I don't think that's a strong question right now, just everything's going up. So I don't think you can paint a clear picture there. But I did want to hear at least your take on the Dogecoin futures. What do you think there? Anything?
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. I don't think it's outlandish by any means. For not just Dogecoin but other coins in general outside of Bitcoin, to have more of these TradFi investment products come out for them, as crypto becomes more and more ingrained into the mainstream, and more so seen from these traditional institutions as a legitimate asset class to allocate funds to. They're going to want more vehicles to do so, especially when we've seen so much volume, like that's surpassed even like the most bullish of analysts predictions on the Bitcoin ETF. These institutions are going to want to capture those fees from that volume. They're going to want to provide these products because they make money from them, right? So if there's a demand from the consumer side, which I would anticipate that will continue, given prices are continuing to go up, so people want to get more into crypto. When price goes up, people want to buy more. So I would anticipate a push for more of these finance products. Like a Dogecoin futures, like whatever. I've seen speculation around like Ripple stuff, like even like the old school shit, like Ethereum Classic and like Bitcoin Cash. Even though they're garbage, they're seen as like being good in the eyes of the SEC, so it might be an easier path to getting those products verified. So yeah, I think it's interesting. In terms of like the meme coin side of things, I think it definitely helps if Dogecoin pushes up. That's the biggest one. People see Dogecoin pumping, then they want to get in on other stuff. It's a good sign of the market. I would say the inverse isn't as related. Like if Dogecoin collapses or like falls down, I don't think that's going to like destroy all other meme coins. I think there's still going to be plenty of opportunity. But Dogecoin does seem like a pretty good bet if you want something that's not going to be as big of a multiplier in terms of X's, just because it's at such a big market cap already. But I do think, especially in the near future, within in the next couple months, Dogecoin's probably a pretty good bet to do well, as it is the most popular meme coin. And usually, when an entire market is doing well and is hot, then the leader is usually the safest bet in that terms.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, Dogecoin is like mainstream meme coin, right? Like it's got the Elon affiliation. News outlets love posting the articles anytime it pumps. It's what people point to first when they want to show that crypto is silly, which is kind of the embodiment of what a meme coin is, right? So yeah, definitely top dog there. One more thing, and then we can sort of get into the active stuff for this week. I just kind of want to get your thoughts on stuff that happened since we spoke last. And the last one I wanted to hit on was the BlackRock tokenized fund. Build, I think, is the ticker that they're going for here. It's BUIDL, which I'm going to tell you the acronym here. It's the most boomer shit I've ever heard. BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity. That's the acronym. So yeah, if you didn't fall asleep there, then I'd love to hear if you have any thoughts or takes on, the sort of the king of assets, king of liquidity, establishing their own token and doing it on Ethereum too. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie, I don't have like a ton of takes on this. I don't fully understand what they're doing with this. It seems like the fund invests. I'm reading it now. The fund invests 100% of its total assets in cash, treasury bills, and repurchase agreements.
Yeah, it's going to be a dollar stable coin. They just want to attract liquidity and tokenize it, have it digital, and they're doing it on ETH.
Oh, it's a stable coin. Okay, I see. Yeah, I mean they want a piece of the pie. They see how much Circle's making in free interest just by having this stable coin, and then lending out like how they're going to do now with these treasury bills. And they're a big enough institution that they can attract enough capital to do that. It's pretty good business, right? As long as people trust you and use your stable coin, then you're just printing money off a yield and using those user assets to build more yield for yourself, as long as you're not degen with it, like the Lunatera situation. Then yeah, it makes sense that they want to get into it. It's good for ETH that they're doing it on ETH as well.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest sort of like shocker to me, was that they're doing it on ETH. There just seems like so many other chains that they could probably just build their own chain. Like there's just so many options there. It's just kind of wild to do it on ETH. But yeah, big ups to ETH.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like any like I guess I'm not like super interested in it because I don't really know if there's like a play to be made from it. Like I don't know how I'm going to make money from this. But it is something of note.
Yeah, the play will probably be finding out whatever tokens they want to pump all of this liquidity into. That's probably the play. But TBD there. We can suss it out, as it comes to us. Well, cool. All right. Well, that knocks out just all my itches of curiosity just from news and headlines from the week. So let's go ahead and get into some upcoming stuff, man. I know you had some airdrops, some pre-sales that you wanted to talk about. Is that right?
I did, yeah. Yeah, let's start. Let's start over on our favorite Bitcoin layer two, Merlin chain. There's a couple things going on over there. I know we've been bringing them up a lot, but there's been a lot of cooks over there, and I think there's still more coming. So I'm going to keep talking about them. Right now, there's actually two airdrops. I'll go through both of them. Airdrops plus pre-sales, new tokens that are launching. One is called Roofy. Unfortunate ticker name. I think it's not spelled like the drug Roofy. It's RUFI. I'm gonna post the team behind it here in their Twitter. It's by Unicross Global, and what it is they're trying to get on the Rune fad, or Meta, whatever it turns out to be. It's not obviously officially launched yet until a halvening, but it's going to be the first ever Runes token on Merlin chain. And you can swap from BRC20 to the Runes at a 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, the team behind it is this Unicross Global, which, maybe some more Bitcoin educated ecosystem people know about them more than I do, but I believe they have different. They've had different support and like marketplace and launchpad for BRC20 stuff, and now they're looking to hop on the Rune train over on Merlin chain. The mint is actually ongoing right now. To mint the supply, similar how you would mint to BRC20. If you ever done that, you just do it in batches. It's free to mint, but it costs gas, so it's like you're basically paying the gas fee. It is live right now, but it's also paused because it was actually there's so many mints coming in that it was clogging up the network and causing a bunch of issues. So they're pausing it at the moment. There's only 14% minted at the moment, so there's still plenty of time to get into on this mint if you want to. We're talking about it a bunch over in the Merlin chain focus discussion. But I believe Ethos and Waff Dog, shout out the goats, did some math, and it was about like $100 at the time when Mint was live to mint 5 million tokens, which is the max you can mint per wallet. And that would put it at a market cap of around like 20 to 25 million at minting market cap. And I think it's trading on secondary around like 30 something. I don't have the chart pulled up at the moment. So this one's pretty interesting, Roofy. Also shout out Wind. He shared the Mint Tech bot. It actually supports Merlin chain, and you can try to mass mint this using this Mint Tech bot. Apparently, it worked pretty well. So if that's something you want to look into too, if you want to get this on a bunch of wallets as well, once this mint does go live again, that's another opportunity as well. So just going to pause there on Roofy. If anyone has anything about that they want to talk through.
Just a quick shout out on the Unicross stuff. Their Discord security is not great. They don't post like an end of tweet thing, and they have a lot of scammers posting under their tweets saying mint here. Just be extra careful when you're clicking links for Unicross. Just one thing I wanted to throw out there.
Oh, and one other shout out was that they are doing a airdrop as well for this Roofy token. It's going towards I don't have the exact details in front of me, but it goes towards people with I think at least 3,000 Hoo in their wallet, at least 5 Boya, which is a pretty low bar. I think it's like less than $100 um, per wallet, and then like 0.01 Bitcoin, and I think a certain amount of Bitcoin in an LP if you have that, as well as I think maybe some M Bitcoin too, which is like the liquid staking token. Um, so and maybe a couple other ones there too. So it should be a very widely distributed coin. I think it'll be even more widely distributed than Voyo was. So there should be a lot of holders. Maybe that helps with price action. I'm not sure. So that's just something to shout out to. Even if you don't participate in this pre-sale, if you have some of those assets already on Merlin chain, then you probably are going to get an airdrop of this. I don't think the airdrops happened yet. So that's something to look out for too. But yeah, so this one's pretty interesting. This next one I'm going to talk about is even more interesting to me. It's the one I'm actually certainly going to be participating in on the pre-sale, and that's the MP token. It's for the Merlin swap DEX that's on Merlin Starter. It's like their main native DEX. It was live right away when the chain first went live back in February. I think early February. And already worked pretty well right from the get go. I think it's super interesting because it's not only like the main DEX for Merlin chain, but they've also like proved that they're innovators too, and that they are the first DEX that you can use that can support both Bitcoin and EVM wallets at the same time. So you can use Uniswap, as well as like a MetaMask or a Rabby wallet within their DEX. So I think that's pretty cool that they allowed that. It certainly helps if you're more of an ETH native. You can just use your main like Uniswap or Rabby wallet that you're used to on this Bitcoin L2, which is pretty cool. And I'm also very interested in this because their pre-sale is going to be at, in my opinion, a pretty low FDV. They're launching it at 21 million FDV, and this pre-sale is going to start tomorrow. I believe it's 8 a.m. Eastern. 6mail posted the exact dates and the like the Discord converted time, so you can see it in your local time. It's pinned in the Merlin chain focus discussion. If you do want to check out those exact times, I believe it's 8 a.m. Eastern. But here, let me link this Merlin swap site for you guys real quick.
Always triple check your time zones, people.
Yeah, always triple. I'm not liable for any time zone mismanagement on your end. Please do your own conversions at your own risk. But anyway, yeah. So why I'm bullish on this one is those factors. The fact that it's such a low FTV, and that I think it's just an ascending ecosystem in general. Like we still don't have the governance token for Merlin chain live yet. The Merl token. There's still a lot of stuff to be built out, and I think all these things are going to be running through this platform, this Merlin swap platform. So to have its native token, I think is going to do pretty well. Like just for some comparison, like for a DEX, some of these are some obviously bigger names, bigger chains, but we can kind of go down the list a little bit, comparing like FTV. So 21 million FTV, in my opinion, is like super small for what they are offering with this MP token. What you can get it at in this pre-sale, and it'll be about 6% of the supply available at this pre-sale. Like comparably, like Jupe on Solana, which is certainly bigger than this one, yes. But it's like their FTV is 13 billion, and that's that's like 500x what MP is launching at. For instance, like Radium, which is a smaller one on Solana, that's 1.2 billion, which is like 50x what MP is at. And then even like you compare like Trader Joe, which is even smaller than those ones. It's like the biggest DEX on Avalanche. which is kind of comparable to the ecosystem of Merlin Chains in terms of like TVL. It's still bigger for sure, but in terms of activity in TVL and kind of where it's going, Joe is like 460 million, and that's like 20x from where we are. So my opinion, I think there's a lot of room to run here from where you're getting at in this pre-sale. So I'm certainly going to be participating. NFA, do your own research, make your own decisions, click your own buttons. But I think this is a really good opportunity. Again, it starts tomorrow. And in order to get involved, here's a Medium article on it. Again, chat up in the Merlin chain focus discussion if you want more info. But basically, you need either Bitcoin, Hoo, or M Bitcoin, which is the liquid staking token for Bitcoin, or Voya. So those 4 ones, there's a dedicated pool. The pools are in equal amounts. There's like a Bitcoin pool, there's M Bitcoin pool, and then there's a Voya / Hoo pool, where you basically contribute to that pool with whatever that asset is, and once the pre-sale's over, you get refunded based on how much over the pool went. Everyone has like an equal weighting within the pool, based on what they send, and you get refunded like how much over the cap is. So like if for instance it goes like 2x over the cap, then you're going to get refunded 50% of what you put in to that pool. So everyone's going to at least get something if they contribute, and then they'll get refunded back whatever they contribute or buy, however you want to put it, into that pool. So I think it's a pretty good opportunity. And MP also, just like Roofy, they're doing airdrop to Voya, I believe in Voya and Hoo holders, as well as Bitcoin, as well as some other LP ERs as well. So yeah, sorry, a lot of information there. I'll stop there if anyone wants to chat more about either Roofy or MP, these launches.
There's a lot of info. I went ahead and just cross-posted the link here in the Voice Hangout chat just for some extra visibility. But yeah, I wasn't aware about the various pools and stuff too. So that's I'm glad you highlighted that mechanic of the sale. Yeah, definitely have to check it out. Sounds like a cook,
man. Snapshot for like moving your Hoo and Voya around. Is that done yet? If you're trying to multiple.
Yeah. So the snapshot's done. Yeah. If for both Roofy and MP, I think those snapshots are over for the airdrop. But you can still move them around and then contribute to the pre-sale if you wanted to like purchase some MP tokens with your Hoo or Voya.
Okay, cool.
I'm not seeing the links anywhere. Is that just on Merlin Swap or on Merlin Chain? Which one of the two was it? Merlin Swap, right? No, sorry. No, I'm confused with those two always. Fuck.
So yeah, so here I'll post the link here. It's actually on. That's a good question, Zinzo. It's actually on Merlin Starter. I posted the link in Voice Hangout chat of the. I'm not. Maybe it doesn't have the links in that article that I posted.
Yeah, Medium articles most of the times don't. I don't know why they do that, but that one didn't have it. Yeah, thank you.
Here, I'll post the link right now. It's actually on a site called Merlin Starter, which is like a launch pad of sorts. And it's kind of like it has like this they do like the old school like computer interface setup here. I just posted in Merlin Chain as well as in Voice Hangout chat. So you can see the different pools on that site: the Bitcoin pool, the Hoo pool, the Voya pool, and how much token amount is allocated to each of those pools.
Just in response to Freyer's question in chat here, he's asking if you send money to the pre-sale, you're not guaranteed to get it. Yeah, that's correct. Jake was just saying there's different pools, and if the the amount sent in an individual pool is over allocated, you get refunded back the difference.
Yeah, you will get something though, because you'll get refunded like the percentage that like the total pool went over the allocation for. The Medium article explains it probably better than I can. If you do want to learn more about it and are interested, the one I just posted and the one that THC posted.
Man, chat is blowing up. People trying to claim banks. Not even sure what that is. I'm almost afraid to ask.
Some soul game we pre-sale.
Yeah, there's a bunch of info about it and time sensitive. I know that one's been shared to get them out. I know they offered a pre-sale to MVHQ that was pinged out. I think it was like a couple weeks ago, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. If people wanted to get in on that, and now I think it's going live. I believe the token is today.
Yeah. People are trying to claim. Looks like they're having some issues on the website while they're listening to our wonderful show, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked too much into it. I think it's like a sole NFT per platform, something like that. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what it is. Perps and loans.
Did you by a chance participate in the pre-sale for banks?
No, I don't. That's all I know is what the post says.
There's another pre-sale going live, or maybe it's live. Yeah, I think it is live now. The Pike pre-sale. Any thoughts on that one? You gonna maybe participate in that one?
Yeah, that's one I need to look into a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Naruto. I don't know if I want to put you on the spot, but if you're around, would you? I know you did I believe you did a field report on Pike. Did you want to talk about that at all, or if anyone else has more knowledge on Pike? I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, Naruto's the Pike master, man. I think we're a couple field reports in and a couple time sensitive pings in for some rolls, but yeah, people have cooked off of the Pike calls. I don't know how, if the token is just now happening, but people have been talking about it positively.
I've been research fatigued, so I just throw money at everything now.
Be like that.
Jinzo,
Yeah,
so
I
you
don't
bought
know.
this time.
I just bought. I'm like, fuck this, bro. I'm putting 3,000 in.
He's trying
This
to
one was
claim his
$500.
banks.
You can't complain. I don't know what the fuck happened, but we put $500 in Pike and like USDC and ARB and Optimism, and now we get, I don't know, maybe $500 back. Who the fuck?
But I don't know. I forgot what I did for this one. I think it was through my allocation was through I think different projects like Tensorians and stuff, and I thought that was the airdrop, but apparently it's just like it gave you the opportunity to burn some tokens to opt into the community sale. Now I don't know if I think I'm also getting airdrop from it, but I don't know. They gave me some PU tokens that I was able to burn to then buy into the community pre-sale round too. So I just did that. And I think I'm getting an original airdrop plus allocation.
Well, there we go, folks. Jinzo has big bags and just found out what they are live.
Yeah, I forgot. I think it's one of those sites that allows you to do leverage trading and stuff. But I haven't checked it in a while, bro. My head's spinning. There's just so much going on.
Well, here, that's actually a really good thing to talk about. I'm gonna spin this into a question here for Jake. What are the things that you look for when you're trying to determine whether or not you're going to invest in a pre-sale? Like I know sometimes the research gets by, you don't get a chance to, but what are your green flags when you're going through some of these pre-sale opportunities?
Yeah, I think as far as like data points first, I think I mentioned it a little bit when I was talking about like the MP stuff, but I would probably first look at comparable projects that have launched coins already. Like if there's like for MP, for instance, which is the Merlin swap token, I would look at like there's plenty of other dexes out there, right? So you can like even search. A lot of times, like CoinGecko is a pretty good spot for this. Like you can search like categories of coins. Like you can search like Dex, Dex coins in CoinGecko, and it gives you a list of like all the coins out there, so you can see kind of comparable FTVs and market caps for these coins. So that's a good starter to kind of get your head at, and then like compare. There's other factors within that comparison besides just their market cap. Like it's like what ecosystem are they on? Like what kind of market share do they have within that ecosystem? Do they offer similar? Do they have like similar utility? just those different factors. But you can it's a good way to get like a rough estimate, kind of like a benchmark of where to place things. And then obviously, you look at price, right, of what you're getting that token at. Another thing, obviously, is super important is the vesting schedule. Are you going to get 100% unlocked at TGE? Is it going to be a pretty long vesting schedule? Usually, pre-sales should be very favorable compared to like where investors get them at. So if you're in a pre-sale, like a public pre-sale, and it's the same as like early investors' vesting schedules, like I feel like that would probably be a red flag for me. So they're trying to dump their tokens that they got cheaper on you earlier on. A lot of times it's either like 100% TG or like 50 or 20%, and then the rest unlocks within like 3 months or 6 months, probably maximum for these pre-sales. I usually wouldn't go for anything that's over that, unless it being like an insanely good deal for the valuation. So that's certainly something to look at, is the vesting schedule. Also, how much is unlocked at TGE is important too, compared to like what you're getting. So if you are getting like 100% unlock at TGE, or at least a big chunk unlock at TGE, token generated event for those who don't know the acronym. So like when the coin actually launches, that's important too. So it's basically like how big of the slice of pie is going to be available right away, and like how much of the pie do you own, right? If there's a bigger amount available right away, then that could be harder for the token to pump right away, for you to sell into, right? If that's your plan. Also, things like what's utility going to be right away? Do they have a staking mechanism like Portal, for instance? Like did a good job of like Raise they launched, they announced a staking mechanism to eat up some of the circulating supply, eat up some of the sell pressure. Blur like did as well for like their blast stuff when they had their second big unlock distributed. They announced blast, right? So you can do blast staking for Blur, things like that. Things that can eat up that circulating supply as well. So yeah, I think those are the biggest points I personally look at when deciding if I do want to contribute to these.
Love it. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the answer there. Some pretty good check boxes to fill out here when you're sussing through, doing your DV. Anybody else have anything on pre-sales, any upcoming pre-sales, or just your DD process for shitcoins? If not, we can move on to the next thing here. All right, sweet. I'm going to go ahead and just knock out a quick field report roundup. We had 4 of them this week, so want to highlight these and give everybody their flowers. First, we have ZK Link Parade by Gooberville. This covers the first layer 3 ZK EVM rollup network and the campaign that they have going currently that you can farm. Next, we have Fluence by FSN. This was a call 3 days ago on a token ticker FLT. Company had raised $9 million in their Series A. Token was at a $35 million market cap, so just seemed offset and has since 2x'd on a bit of a pullback from there, but great call from FSN. Next, we have Maximizing the Money Glitch at Destiny X Crypto Casino by Phil Needs. This covers a pretty unique opportunity to get a big deposit bonus in a crypto casino and then run games with a low house edge to sort of maximize your reward there. And then special shout out to Melon as well, who made an appearance. He's our resident casino loophole expert. He chimed in on the field report in the comments. It developed into a nice discussion there with some additional math and disclaimers and stuff, including the risk of doing this with a VPN. So make sure to give the entire thread a read, see if it makes sense for your risk tolerance, but definitely a cool opportunity there, a little bit different from what we usually do. And then lastly, we have OG Pepe Coin by Ranch, NFT Ranch. This is an older Pepe coin, which is now having a resurgence, and it's trying to take its throne back. The token has been on an absolute tear for the last week. It's well over 2x from when this report was posted. So shout out to Ranch for the call. And shout out to anybody holding OG Pepe coin, because it's been an absolute cook. Yeah, those are the field reports. If anybody wants to jump up or if we want to talk and expand on any of these, now would be the time. But shout out to our contributors who keep it cooking.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on Pepe Coin real quick. If Branch, if you are around, I had like a couple questions for you. I don't know if you know. I don't know how in depth you know about it.
Yeah, sure. I'm around. I've been looking into it for a couple weeks.
So I see like it's not just like a meme coin, right? They're building a lot of stuff. I'm looking at like their Medium article that talks about all their different uh, uh, projects basically that they're working on. They have like a trading bot. They have like a MySpace or like their own Paint, their own like messenger app. Um, are these things that are like part of the community or like the teams working on all these things? And uh, do you know if this is like something? Um, I guess that the team is developing towards, or they're just like supporting these projects.
This, I think, is like partially. It's mostly the team doing it. There's like a couple initiatives, but what it seems like is they're, in a way, just trying to set up like an ecosystem for your staking because they're going to be yielding you some type of node. I haven't gone through the whole white paper that they put for the based AI thing, but it again is one of these kind of like AI rent a node out and sell your personal agent or whatever you configure to other people. I think they're like trying to get into this whole AI crypto blockchain space, which seems to be what a lot of people are hot about. Like, honestly, the bull and the bear case is that they're actually building something, which is like, is this good? I don't know.
Right.
Lifts don't mean shit, and all they got is the hat. So it is tough, but it does feel like, the overall criticism of the idea that, like, what does a meme coin do? I mean, if we're all dumping $1 billion worth of value at something, we would hope in theory that it could build something.
Yeah, I agree. That is like a that that is like a. It reminds me of like the Silicon Valley scene where the guy's like revenue. Like, no, you don't want any revenue. It's like the same for meme coins. Like utility, like you don't want any utility for these meme coins. Like you just want them. You just want the number to go up, right? Like the hat staying on is the utility. Uh, so I think that is a good broader discussion. But in terms of like the Pepe coin, do you know anything about like I know there's like the staking right for this based AI. Do you know anything about like how that works in terms of like is this based AI like another token that you can like stake Pepe coin for?
The range, I don't know exactly what the whole value of like based is, but it seems like right now something like you stake 1,000 Pepe and you get one base a day. And there is a limited supply on the base and how much you can actually earn compared to everyone else. I haven't really seen much. The base thing is kind of messing me up because there's like 5 base and base tokens out there. So I don't even know which one. Guess it's pre-sale.
And there's like a meme one that launched yesterday too, like almost like Bitcoin ticker on ETH. And they called it Brian Armstrong Coinbase USD 2013 something, bro. And it did pretty well last night. And they fucking tickers base on base.
So yeah, and the guide there's
Uh,
like a whole thing in the white paper, but it's 25 pages. I haven't gotten through it all yet. Go on.
yeah, maybe a little Chat GPT upload and summarize.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Okay, yeah. It looks. Yeah, I'm looking at it just briefly. It does look like they have a based token that they're at least going to come out with, or maybe it's already out. I guess I'm interested in this because I saw you chatting about it, and obviously it's gone up a good amount recently, and I've seen some smart people talking about it too. And it's while Pepe's hot, it's got that factor to it where it was the OG Pepe meme. So I think it's probably something to look more into if you want to dive in. So at least wanted to call it out, get more eyes on it, and I'm going to put it on my list. I don't know. There's like I feel like there's my stuff to look into list is like continues to just grow, and like I can't, I haven't been able to like trim much out of it. It just gets bigger and bigger with all these opportunities. But that's also a good thing in the bull market. So hopefully I'll get a chance to look into it more. Appreciate the write up, Ranch.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thanks.
I was
Ranch, for
gonna
the
get to
write-up.
it like a week before, but I was like, I'm just gonna buy this shit and see.
Yeah, we appreciate the write up and hopping up here to talk about it a little bit more. And Jake, not to add more to your list here of shit you got to do, but I do have a few things, man. There's some MVHQ missions on our app. I don't know if you've got these complete or not, but I'm going to run through a few that are going to end
Oh,
here in the next week. Just real quick, you have 6 days to complete the following. We got Phoenix, Packbot, Axis Finance, and Barachain. Barachain's got like, I don't even check. It's probably like 3 million mints at this point. But yeah, if you haven't farmed Bear yet, go do that one. It's going to close this week. You got 5 days to do Log X. You got 3 days to do Pixel Pals. You have 2 days to do NFT Perp and Blast. And then you have 1 day for the MVHQ key giveaway. So if you have not yet done that one, it's the big mission at the top home banner. Go register real quick for that. We're giving away 1 MVHQ free key. So don't want to miss that. There's no reason to. But yeah, your list just got a little longer. Sorry, Jake.
I don't mind at all.
Beautiful. Well, at risk of getting banned, I'm going to go ahead and ask, what are we minting, man?
Yeah, we got a couple mints on the horizon here. I feel like once again, it's Bitcoin heavy. It's ordinals heavy. The ink on Bitcoin mints this week, I actually don't even know because I'm once again fading ordinals at my own demise.
They look sick, man.
I keep saying I
The
need to
art
get
looks-
into it more.
Yeah, the art
I
looks
haven't always.
really good. It's
It's
like
on it's on the 28th on Thursday. Shout out Jinzo. I know he won a whitelist to this. Hopefully some other MVHQ people did. I saw that the allow lists were going for like 3,200 or something like that, or like 3K over the counter just to mint. Looks like the mint price is really low. It's like only 0.0059, something around there as well. So that's likely another reason on that. But yeah, Jinzo, are you around, man? Could you talk a little bit more about Ink or anyone else?
Yeah, it's an art project. I mean, we saw the first one. Their first collection was really small and it did really well, had a lot of hype. It's really good art for Bitcoin. We haven't seen much good art yet on Bitcoin. Like PFP style art. Like we've seen other art and it's fine. But I mean, when it comes to PFP style art, we haven't seen the quality that Ink put out. And I mean, they're clean and they're very hype. Like ever since they came out and people really like they took a liking to it, and that Discord's been on fire. People have been talking about Ink, and the price is right. I mean, 0.0059 is good for a 10K. If it would have been any higher, it would have been a bit of a high chance of flopping since Bitcoin's so damn expensive, right? And it was kind of it wasn't super hard to get. Finally, all you really had to do was have the right NFTs in your wallet, the right ordinals. I think they ended up taking, if you had filled up their list and had a runestone in your wallet, then you were good. Like they were squeezing you in if you had like a squad and everything. So that's how I got in. I think that's how a lot of the people that got in. I didn't do anything on that Discord, never chatted, never did anything. I thought I wasn't even gonna get this. But they ended up putting, I think it was runestones as a requirement to get into the drop it, and I got in. And maybe they gave some favor to MVHQ too, because I know other people got into it. They didn't do much. But it's looking good,
Yeah.
man. I'm excited for it. It looks nice. Look at this. AI just put a screenshot in chat and it looks great.
Yeah, I think we did have an allow list giveaway with them as well inside of MVHQ. I got a hot take for you. I think the art is potentially too good. Anything about
It's
that?
possible. There's just no comparison on Bitcoin. That's the thing. Everything's like pixel art or like, like let's say more low effort compared to what we've seen on ETH or well, Sol. I wouldn't even count Sol. We don't know what's going on over there, but I mean, I find it I find it great. I can't wait to see this launch. At first, I thought the supply was too big and the price might come out too high, and I wasn't too excited about the hype. Like I get a little like flooded out by things like that, but man, seeing the way this is going and seeing how good the team is and like how much they care and stuff, that's something you find often on Ordinals is teams that care. You tell that they're very hands on and they're very community oriented and stuff. So I think they're gonna do well. I don't think it's just a drop and then forget about it. I think the community and the team is gonna be hands on for a long time on this, and we'll see.
So I see their like motto or whatever. At least one of them is art for art's sake. Does that mean that it's like only art project, that they don't have anything else planned with it besides just like elevating the art aspect of it, or is there like something else that they're building?
Yeah, it's been mostly art focused. I don't know if they have anything else, but you know what? To me, that's bullish, bro. I don't want any. I'm not gonna invest in companies that are promising me the moon anymore. You know what I mean? Just give me art. Look at Node Monkeys;
Yeah.
they have nothing, just art, and they ran up to 0.7, 0.8, and have a decent floor. Like you can't promise too much. Like we've tried that; it doesn't work. So I hope that's what it is. I hope they maybe because the big meta in Ordinals right now is hold this and you get like airdrops and whitelists, you know what I mean, to other
Yeah.
collections. So I'm hoping this is the same thing where since ink is so popular and so hot that other projects kind of, give to ink holders and they partner with others and you get like random airdrops and a bunch of surprises in your wallet. That's what I love about Ordinals. It's like we talk about WAGMI and we're laughing about the WAGMI attitude that we had on ETH and stuff and how it just led to disaster. But on Ordinals, man, I find that holding stuff, like it's given you back so much and it's helped keep floors attractive too.
Well said.
Love it, man. Yeah, I have similar sentiment. I think if you have standout art, then just like stand alone on that and try to amplify that aspect of it instead of trying to build whatever vaporware that probably won't work.
Yep,
I
exactly. And
think
there are
I
times.
think Ink. Oh,
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
bad, Ginger.
No, you're good.
I think
You're good.
Ink is the project that a lot of ETH people who are coping about missing ordinals totally are gonna all in. I think it's a very good project. Also, it's gonna be unrevealed for 1 to 2 days, so that should kind of filter out price action. It should be fun. And then it just feels like one of these projects that you're gonna have just a constant stream of mid rare and rare sales to help lighten up the floor. So it should be a really fun one to trade.
I love that context. I didn't even know they were gonna do unrevealed because usually ordinals are mostly all revealed instantly. So that's cool that they're doing that.
Is it accurate enough to like say that this is similar to like the Zuki on Bitcoin? Is that what people are comparing it to?
Exactly. Full Azuki playbook. Just like, oh, we're a legit team with sick art. And it seems like it's gonna work. So I'm excited for it.
Love it. It's got the cough drop stamp of approval. I think Ross and Waff both talked about it in their show as well. I think they're excited for it. They think it'll do pretty well. So yeah, GG's and whoever got waitlist for it, allow list. Maybe we can jump in on a little dip after on secondary and still make a play.
I'll say one thing for whoever got in. Don't forget, you might have signed up with your Magic Eden wallet that you never use. I got confused at first when I did my wallet checker. I'm like, bro, I don't recognize this wallet. Where did it come from? What is it? And I forgot to give you a bonus for signing up with your Magic Eden Bitcoin wallet. So make sure you fund that and make sure you double check that that's the wallet you're using because if you don't fund it in time, well, you have time, but if you don't fund it before a certain date, you might not be able to mint. So make sure you have your Magic Eden or whatever wallet you have on the wallet checker funded for it.
Hell yeah. Any other mints for the week?
Yeah, I think JD touched on the on one mint. I don't know if that one's hyped or not. That's another one on Bitcoin.
I'm on the fence on that one. A lot of people are hyped on it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're there, yeah, that's it. The expensive is what throws me off. Like we saw how it went with the with the dead fellas when they tried to come into the space and take over. It didn't work. Like they just think they're gonna ride their measly little project into a new chain and make money. Like I know people are bullish on it, but I just can't get behind it. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't attract me. And you know what I mean, Oni already has like a weird history, so I don't know why I would even take a chance on it. I think other people would. It's just for me, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just gonna fade that one.
Yeah, didn't Oni get bought out?
It did.
Yeah. Moff, what do you think of it, man? You or even Cough Drop, what do you guys think of this one?
I'm the
Man, I
same
kind of
way.
agree. Oh, sorry, Coach.
That's my fault. I shouldn't have
I'll be
called both of
quick.
you at the same.
I'll be quick. It's just I'm the same way. It's just a weird overhang from the project and its history. Like I want new chain, or not new chain, but Ordinals is like new and fresh. Rebrand or something. It's just a little boring having the same name.
Yeah, it just feels cash grabby, especially like right after the ink on Bitcoin mint, like literally the day after. it just feels cash grabby. It's like 0.0099 or something like that, I think. So, that's like $700 for that mint, and like they haven't really been like relevant in quite a while.
And to add to that too, like if there's one system, one ecosystem that's really efficient at like weeding out the garbage, it's been Bitcoin. Like I feel like they know where to flock, and they really like, I don't know, there's like a bit of a cult culture going, but they select what makes it and what doesn't. It's crazy. Like if they don't feel the Oni off the rip, it won't even mint properly. Like it'll have issues from the beginning. So I find that's much easier to, it's much more focused. Like the attention is much more focused because they weed out the bad right away.
So you're saying there's a chance for my hype bear bags to be resurrected if the cabal accepts them into the Bitcoin carryover.
Mint it, full mint.
Not just ordinals, Shinto. Soul also weeds out all the bad, right?
Yeah, because everything's bad, so everything just does bad.
Exactly.
It's just soul, bro.
I was just teeing that up for you. I do have like a small bit of information regarding Oni. I know nearly nothing about ordinals, so everybody else who spoke are, of course, the right people to talk to. But I do think with Oni that they're going to have a point system that segues into token. I'm like of reasonably high confidence that that's the case, because I've had some conversations on that. That doesn't change anything that anybody else said about it. Still needs to get taken up and people to mint it, but I do think that's the case from what I can tell.
Well, that's something good.
People do like tokens.
Yeah, it's the key word. Everybody uses token to pump whatever they're trying to launch now, right? So I hope it works out for them. But again, if the ecosystem has no traction and has no hype and no eyes on it, like who cares about the token that comes with it? So we'll see. I mean, there's just so many tokens now that it's starting to become a little less important to have a token launch. Everybody's doing it, so I feel like you still need to, like, it's cool. It's like an attention grabber, but how much of an attention is it going to grab? I think it's important to know, and it's important to use that when you weigh if you want to buy in or not. But at the same time, everybody's doing a freaking token now.
I did have something to mention also regarding Soul, but you guys tell me if now's a good time or another time.
Go for it, brother. I think we're about to start to wrap things up. So yeah, feel free.
Okay, yeah. So I guess my small comment that I was just going to make is that I think we're starting to see the signs of life around Soul again. We were kind of waiting for it for a while, and obviously Soul ran up, and then the whole shitcoin thing, which was predominantly on Soul, as we know, at least until lately. Obviously a bit more base now, but predominantly on Soul. I think we're starting to see signs that Soul's starting to wake up right now. So definitely keeping a bit of eyes on that. There's been a few projects that are starting to tick up, and this is not just tick up, it's also while Soul almost 2x'd as well, right? And they kind of, some of them held ground during that time. So I think we're seeing signs of it. So I think if nothing else, to just monitor it. And if you want to be early or considering being early, just start to do your research on where you want to place your bets, I would say. But we'll see how that ages, what I'm saying right now.
You're talking about for mostly NFTs, right?
Yeah, NFTs. Okay, I was kind of expecting that. Personally, I was expecting like a bit of a rotation, since so many of the shit coins were on Soul, and at some point that gets old, gets kind of fatigued, right? I was expecting a bit of a rotation to NFTs, and so we were kind of waiting on it, and I think that's starting now.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. I mean, if like the thesis is that Soul is going to be one of the dominant ecosystems, which it already has shown to be this cycle, then you would think NFTs on Soul will do well too, and they've kind of dipped to a point, almost across the board, at least when they did dip. That was I thought it was very appetizing. If you wanted to buy the dip, it might take a little bit for them to reach full, escape velocity. But I agree. I think now that we've seen a little signs of life, it could be a little more of a spark going forward, and there's probably going to be some opportunities in Soul NFTs to look out for.
Pull my bags.
Mm-hmm.
JJ convinced me to close my Tatsumiku tab, so I'm just letting it ride. Thanks, JJ. We'll see how that goes.
Let it ride, baby.
All right. We got any more not financial advice from anybody?
I have a couple more things I want to shout out. I want to shout out a quick couple of airdrop claims in case you missed it. NIM Network airdrop is live to claim right now for the next, I think, a little over a week. I posted info and non-time sensitive info a few days ago. I just linked the post in VC Hangout right now. But it's basically like an AI gaming network chain. I honestly don't fully know what it is. It's like a roll up built on top of Dimension, DYM. So they airdropped people who qualify are dim stakers, for sure, as well as pudgies. If you own a pudgy, you can claim 9DCCXYZ, which is like the clothing company that G Money starts or owns. Wolves DAO members, and then some other ones. Parallel, AI Arena, Today, the game, some Gitcoin contributors, and Pirate Nation. Shout out Pirate Nation, baby. I've made it known, hopefully as much as I could. That I'm a big Pirate Nation bull. I think this is a pretty awesome thing that I hadn't seen coming. That now they're getting airdrops from other communities, and they got actually the biggest allocation over all these other like I think almost like 2x what Pudgy's got in terms of like per pirate, and their floor is way less than what Pudgy's are. So that was pretty bullish for Pirate Nation that they could roll in that kind of allocation. Hopefully this is the cook. I think we saw that, and then Pirates also got airdropped a like crate or whatever from the team as well. Hopefully they don't just turn into dirt and then a bean. Hopefully they're a little bit more than that. But so that was really interesting. I thought, look, we just got that airdrop and we just got the other airdrop. You'd think people would sell off after that happened, but it's actually the price has only gone up quite a bit now. I think Founders Pirates are close to 0.74 now. 0.674 now. It was around like 0.4 last week, I believe. So I think more and more people are starting to catch on to Pirates. I think the Founders Pirates, again, awesome team. They're building their own chain as well. So I think there's a lot of speculation that they're going to get airdropped a token for that multi-chain that they're going to host not just this Pirate Nation game on, but like a lot of different games on, and use that coin as the governance token for it. So, and the Founders Pirates, the team has continued to say it's going to be like the number one asset in the ecosystem that will get a bunch of benefits. So super bullish on Pirates. Just wanted to shout that one out again.
Yeah, dude.
I think there's one
real quick. Can I jump in here
real
quick? I want to share the tooting of your own horn just for a second here, real quick. I don't make really any calls here in Wake of Jake. I like to put the microphone up to Jake's brain, as I said in the intro here. I did make a couple of shouts. You asked me about games, man, and I named 4. I named my top 3 games, and then an honorable mention. 3 of those 4. That was either last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. But 3 of those 4 have gone insane in the past week. Beacon announced a token. Genzo was just talking about, everybody's got tokens. They announced a token in a Q3 launch. They announced they're launching on the Treasure chain. Didn't know they had their own chain, but they're doing that thing. Wild Pass announced a burn and redeem for your pass for a summoning, which has all the previous utility plus new utility plus, subjective rarity on the reveal. So those pumped like crazy. Pirates, you just talked through. So yeah, man, 3 of those 4, that's not a bad hit rate. And I guess, oh, baby, they're not quiet either. They posted a tweet video that showed 6 games that they have in development. I knew of 2. Apparently they got 6 of them going on. There's like a side scroller fighter like Tekken. There's like a platformer. There's a Slay the Spire card game. There's like a Mario Party style clone. They had the Oh Baby cart this whole time. And then they also had one that looked like some sort of open world RPG or something. I don't know. But I do know the first thing I ever heard about Oh Baby, this is, like maybe 7-8 months back, was that they were experimenting with interoperable skins. So like cross game NFTs. So could be bullish for their whole ecosystem if you've been farming out the Oh Baby cart. But I just wanted to do a little horn tooting of my own accord here, just off those 3 out of 4 calls just going absolutely nuts. But please proceed and shout out. You told me to keep my conviction in gaming, and here we are.
Hell yeah! No, toot that horn, baby. I love it.
We're tooting.
Yeah, we're here. We're here to hopefully deliver some value to you guys. Shout out opportunities and hope everyone cooks. So, I'm glad we're we're making progress on that front. That's for sure. Yeah, I think there's one other. Yeah, there's one other I want to shout out is Cambria, which is like a RuneScape type game that's being built out in the back end. But they kind of have like a mini game that's already live right now, like their duel arena that's launched on Blast. It was originally on Base. I know we shot it out probably like a few months ago when it was live on Base, probably like end of 2021 ish around, or sorry, no, end of 2023, around there. And a lot of us are playing on Base, but you can actually claim blast orbs for your activity that you did on Base at the time in the game. So just want to shout that out in case you weren't playing it anymore, you forgot about it, but you did play a little bit on Base. You can go into the game right now and claim these blast orbs, which will be redeemable for like blast points and blast gold. So didn't want you guys to miss out on that free airdrop money. There's more info that I posted in the Cambria focus discussion, which I'm linking right now in voice hangout chat. But yeah, man, that's all I got for now. Anyone in the community, in the crowd, want to chat about anything else before we wrap it up here?
Yeah, on that vein, just one like just to emphasize what you guys were saying, gaming is coming back in a big way. Like it got quiet for a bit, everybody started degenning left and right, but that's all I see now is gaming tokens and gaming stuff like coming back, and we're about to segue into Gunzilla launching and other games coming out too. You know what I mean? So it's starting to heat up. I mean, I think we had that big rush on gaming and it kind of quieted down, you know, and people started degenning on soul coins and on Base and whatever, but like you're seeing crypto values on Blast doing good. Everybody's degenning there, trying to like grow their farm or whatever it is, and building their yield. And like you're seeing Pirate Nation pop up. Everything that has something to do with gaming that already has like you know what I mean, something in development is starting to heat up. So it's definitely a place you want to focus on, or at least keep an eye on. I don't mean dump all your savings into gaming. We don't know what's going to do well, but if you're already positioned there, keep an eye on it, and even if you're not positioned, plan out what you're going to do, because I think we already know it's going to be a huge thing going into this year, into this bull run, and it's starting to heat up. Don't ignore it. You know what I mean? Like my main focuses right now are ordinals, some gaming. Like I'm trying to get back into it slowly, and soul shit coins, and I'm trying to hedge my bets there. But I'm not ignoring gaming. You cannot ignore gaming. It's going to be huge.
Just
I got one other one to talk about if you like.
you guys.
Yeah, I was just going to flag. I'd been looking through a bunch, talking about having a plan and stuff like that. So I noticed I'm going to do a field report on this, but there's a project which you might have seen me talk about in Blast, which is Captain Company, and it's quite a simple game, which have basically similar to what you said with Cambria. They've now transferred over to switch their in-game currency to Blast after winning the competition, and it's extremely favorable in terms of what they're allocating of the Blast Gold, and it's certainly one to sort of look at, because I guess everyone's going to be working out how they're going to get the Blast Gold in order to get that other 50% of the Blast airdrop. And they've already committed to say they'll be giving all their gold to all the users. There's kind of two ways you can play it. One is you can have absolutely nothing and just join in and still get allocated every week Blast Gold, or you can invest a bit to buy a ship, which gives you 90% more Blast point yield. But yeah, if anyone's interested in knowing more, I'm going to try and put up a field report maybe next week if I get a chance, if not sooner. But if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask in Blur. I think Seth is playing it, and there's a couple of other people who are also part of it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thanks for the pre-report alpha leak. Have to check that out.
I also
Jake,
put up.
Yeah,
I just like hearing his every time. It's amazing.
Jake, what was that claim that you said 90 cc's are eligible for?
Oh, it's the NIM airdrop. Check out non-time sensitive info. I put details in there a few days ago on the 21st. If you want to just scroll up a little bit, you'll see it.
Cool. Thank you.
I was going to mention also, I have a couple of weeks back, I didn't quite know the timing of it, but a couple weeks back, I put up a field report on a low cap gem that I thought was interesting, building on Jinzo's comment, and I guess Edrin's too. It's, let me say it this way. They're a really good team. And never have I seen the use of buzzwords more effectively to be able to drive token price than in their case, I think. So I would do your own do your own research, of course. They have a Telegram, you can look into it. The token was called UEFN, if you want to see the field report. So UEFN. It's a very solid team, and they're kind of somewhere in between, I don't know, gaming meets AI meets modularity. I don't know, every buzzword you want to throw that's relevant right now. But I think they're very attuned to driving token price. It's gone up a decent amount since I posted it. I think we're at least 2 or 3x at this point. But it's still only about 6 million or so market cap. So, do your own research, see, what's appropriate. But I think it's a good possible target.
Sweet. Appreciate the shout. Always like research info on new projects. Helps narrow down my personal research that I have to do.
That's what we're here for, man. DD as a community, but always DYOR. Well, ladies, gentlemen, that does it for me. Unless you have anything else you want to elaborate on here or touch on before we end, I guess just one final reminder here at the end of the show. We do have the member mint today is at 2 Eastern, so here in 40 minutes, and then also we have a Twitter Spaces that's going to be live at 3 Eastern, so in an hour and 40 minutes, and we would love to see you all there. We'll be giving out some prizes. We'll be bringing some people up on stage and sharing some more stories and just chilling in MVHQ, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we have more alpha for you in the spaces as well. Come join us.
Join us. Any final words, Jake? Send us off.
Bitcoin up only.
All right,
I'm guessing.
down.
I think we'll be. All right, I'm going to make a prediction. I think we'll be over 77K by the next time we record.
Well, to Azzo's point, we should just keep the show live. Just let Bitcoin run. Maybe we'll get it in a couple of days.
It has been good luck for us so far. You just put a long in when we start the show. Close it when we end.
We
Not
found
financial alert.
Yeah, we accidentally found it. Damn. All right, well, that'll wrap it then. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you guys again same time next week, Monday, 12 Eastern. Get those longs in, not financial advice, but definitely tune in and share what's on your mind and hear what we're looking forward to for the week. Appreciate it, everybody.